Some stories you hear and forget, but there are others you wish you could. In today's video are 3 true experiences from 3 different people at 3 entirely separate times, but they all share one thing in common: a lingering feeling that something or someone is still out there, watching. If you've ever felt a strange gaze from behind, received a message from an unknown number, or seen a stranger staring at you for no reason, then what you're about to hear might make you never see the world the same way again. 3 stories, 3 warnings, and possibly 3 chances for you to survive. Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and brace yourself. Story 1. The figure behind the frosted glass. The last vacation. Some childhood memories never fade, not because they're beautiful, but because they haunt your sleep. I was 8 years old when it happened. My family went on vacation to a resort secluded in the woods in Catskill, New York. It was October. Dead leaves covered the paths, wind howled through the branches, and the early autumn chill made everything feel grim. The resort was spacious, with a pool, a common house, croquet lawns, but for some reason, I always felt it was too quiet, too still. I was the 3rd of 4 siblings. My 2 older brothers always played together, and the youngest clung to our parents. I wandered alone. My dad gave each of us a few coins to use in the arcade. I walked along the brick path winding through the resort, passed by some families playing, then headed toward the activity hall. The door was ajar, the yellow ceiling bulb above flickering like it was dying. I stepped in. The air inside was unusually still. No one there. Just the fading flashes of a pinball machine and the creaking of an old ceiling fan. I was about to pick the Simpsons machine when I saw that door. It was at the far end of the room. A metal door with a thick, square window, fogged like frosted glass. I couldn't see clearly, but something was standing on the other side. A human figure. I thought it was a Halloween prop. After all, it was the season. But I stood there, staring through the glass, and the figure didn't move, not for a full minute. Then I saw its eyes blink. I flinched. Not because it blinked, but because I wasn't even sure it had eyes before that. I turned away, heart pounding, but curiosity won over fear. I turned back, pressed my face close to the glass, cupped my hands to block the glare, and looked harder. It was a man, standing less than a hand's length from the glass. His face was ashen, his eyes pitch black, his expression blank like a wax statue, until it smiled. Not a joyful smile, a slow, deliberate grin, stretched unnaturally. I screamed and stumbled back. When I regained my composure and looked again, he was gone. The door remained shut. I stepped forward and opened it. Behind it was a hallway, dark, so dark you couldn't see anything after just a few steps. Cold, still, lifeless. I didn't dare go in. I just stood there for a few seconds and ran straight back to my room where my parents were. I told them everything. They just chuckled and said I was imagining things. But that night, in the crowded dining hall, I saw him. He was sitting alone at a table across from us. Under the dim light, I could clearly see his face. That mouth, that same smile behind the frosted glass. He wasn't eating, just watching me. I whispered to my mom. She turned to look, and instantly, the man turned away. My dad just told me not to stare. A few minutes later, the man stood up and left. But before he walked off, he placed something on his table, a small toy soldier with half its face melted. I didn't sleep that night. Years later, I went back there, now abandoned. The arcade was dust-covered, silent as a graveyard. But the glass door was still there. I don't know why, but I stepped toward it again, stood in front of it, peered through the dusty frosted glass, and I saw him, still standing there, not older, not different, only his eyes, staring right at me. There are places where, if you look long enough into the dark starts to look back at you. Story 2. Messages from the shadows. The nameless watcher. Some people, you only pass by once, but they decide to make you their target forever. I was 23 when this happened. I had been messaging a girl named Alyssa on Instagram. She was 19, had a good number of followers. I was surprised when she replied. We met up a few times, but something felt off. Alyssa got attached too fast, too hard. I gradually pulled back. I started seeing another girl, Meg. She was fun, easygoing. On our second date, we went to Dave & Buster's. We'd had a bit to drink before, so we were relaxed and having fun. Then, my phone started buzzing nonstop. I checked. 3 messages from an unknown number. Attached was a photo of me and Meg standing by the basketball machine. The message read, "Didn't expect you here." I instinctively looked around. The picture was taken from not too far away. The angle, disturbingly precise. I replied, "Who is this?" No response. I showed Meg. She thought it was a prank from a friend. I wanted to believe that until the second message came in. Another photo. This time we were at a different game, shot from behind, slightly blurry like it was zoomed from a distance. A caption, "My favorite game. Think you can beat my high score?" My heart dropped. I went straight to where the photo had to be taken, scanning the area, saw no one familiar, but there was a man standing alone, pretending to play the jackpot game, not even looking at the screen. We decided to leave. Just as we got into the car, another message came. Leaving so soon, we went to a small bar nearby. Everything seemed normal again, until I got another photo of the front of my house. Caption, "Nice place. Want to step outside for a bit?" And right then, the sound of glass shattering came from downstairs. I grabbed my Glock 19 from the drawer and ran down. In the front yard, a tall man holding a baseball bat was stepping in. When he saw the gun, he froze and put his hands up. I yelled, "Who the hell are you?" He stammered, "I'm Alyssa's brother. I'm just here to protect my sister." I snapped, "She said I hit her? I only met her a few times, then backed off because she was obsessed." Cops showed up a few minutes later. Took him in. That should have been the end of it. But a few days later, I got an envelope. No name. Inside was a photo of Meg sleeping, clearly taken from the window of my room. No note, no trace, just a silent warning that I was never really safe. Story 3. The red car and the fake smile. Is the game over yet? Not everyone who smiles at you is harmless. Sometimes, their smile is just a mask for what they want to take from you. I was about 10 when it happened. Back then, arcades were where kids hung out. No smartphones, no internet. My best friend, Connor, and I would often go to a small arcade near school after classes. That day, it was raining. The storm had just passed. The air was gloomy, the streets oddly empty. Inside the arcade, only a few people were left. 2 kids playing a fish shooting game, a group of teens arguing in the corner, and us. We were playing Street Fighter when a man appeared, mid-30s, wearing a long coat, standing behind us, staring at the screen. At first, we thought he was just curious, but then he started commenting, move by move, attack by attack, like he'd been watching us from the start. His voice was calm, slow, like he was enjoying a movie. After the match, we moved over to the air hockey table. He followed. Didn't say a word, just stood close, smiling. Then he placed his hand on my shoulder, gently squeezing. "You played well, just like that day." Connor looked at me. We both felt off. We stood up, said we had to leave. He smiled. "It's raining. You'll get soaked. Let me drive you." We refused, ran outside. The rain was heavy, wind howling, but not nearly as frightening as his stare. On the way home, a red car slowly pulled up behind us, dim yellow headlights casting shadows. The driver, him. He rolled down the window, called out, "Come on, I don't bite." We ran. The car roared forward, sped ahead, and blocked the road. I shouted, "Cross the street!" We looped around, sprinted all the way home. I banged on the door. My mom opened just in time for us to slip inside. But when we looked back, the red car was gone. The next day, as I left for school, I saw it. The red car, parked a few houses down. I stepped back, peeked through the window, no one inside. In the mailbox, a folded paper. Inside, a crude drawing, 2 kids standing in front of an arcade machine, eyes blacked out, mouths sliced with scissors. We never went back to that arcade. And from that day on, I stopped trusting friendly smiles, especially from strangers. The most dangerous person, baby, is the one who convinces you they're harmless. They all survived. But the truth is, none of them ever truly escaped. Because once something notices you, even just once, you'll always feel like it's still out there, just outside your line of sight, waiting for you to look the wrong way. Always lock your doors, always check behind you, and never assume. It's just your imagination. You've just heard 3 true stories. The only question is, which one is coming for you? If you have a story you've never dared to tell, maybe it's time to bring it to light. Send it to me. And if you're brave enough, I'll tell it to the world. See you again, if you're still here after dark.